evening, folks. Welcome to the Sabre Zone. This is the video where I discuss what you guys had to say. And something stood out a few days ago. I marked it down. The shutout goes to Mike Phelan. And he brought up a valid point I want to go over. He said, hiring Kruger showed that the Pegulas are willing to think outside the box. But thinking outside the box isn't always a good thing. And those are very true words because we know what happened, right? As much as I say being open-minded and, giving people chances is a good thing, that showed right there how it completely backfired in our face. And I remember when we first got Kruger I just want to touch on this for a second and get back onto this point. But I remember how good the team, you guys remember how good we looked at first under Kruger? When we first got him, the season opened, what were we, 11-2 or something? And power play was destroying it, and another slow death like it was under Housley again happened. And it's like, what the hell is wrong with this team? Really, And I think the point that Mike brought up here is very valid because there's nothing wrong going internally like we did, and this is maybe what Mike was kind of saying also. There's nothing wrong going internally like we did, taking our guy that was an assistant coach who we threw into the fire, who actually got us through the fire and brought us back to a respectable level with, Donnie Meatballs.
That's a spicy meatball!
That's been happening all day. But the thing with this now is, we're going to have to be calm. I think we're going to have to give Granato a really fair shot, guys. We're going to have to remember he's taking over the lowest paid team in hockey with two goaltenders who haven't really played in a few years. This is really going to be a stretch for this team to be competitive at any level. We know this. Okay, we do. I believe enough in this coach now that I think he was destined to be our coach. Maybe Mike might agree with that. I don't know, Mike, if you agree with that. I think maybe because of the whole Kruger thing, that it really, really got Granato prepared in case he got tossed in there. He must have known that day. They must have known they were going to fire this guy. They had to know. It was awful. It was beyond awful at the end. So I'm wondering, and I hear the whole story about him going to the country club and Rob Ray coming down and who the hell are you? And he's sneaking in the back door, Granato, and just how it all happened. It wasn't like he was ever hired to be head coach. And wouldn't that be the ironic twist of our team if that was the man that got us back on track? Somebody that was never on the radar to start with. Things like that happen in sports, folks. They do. They do. And we've seen it with Cito Gaston. I don't want to go off topic onto another, but Cito Gaston on the Blue Jays is an example, right? That's an example right there. There's examples in the NHL I could go through. It's going to take too long, but because I'd have to remember, and it doesn't come on the top of my head right now. But we've seen times before where interim coaches seem to never do bad, really bad. When have you ever seen an interim coach fired? It doesn't happen often. So I'm excited about the Donnie Meatballs era coming up.
That's a spicy meatball!
Coming up. You guys hear that? Anyway, maybe it's me. It's one of those things now that I think we have to embrace. I can see, okay? I can see if we just have a team that floats around 500, how the Sabres fans will embrace this man. I could even see Donnie Meatball t-shirts and everything happening eventually in Buffalo. I could see all this happening, if it's just respectable. That's all we care as fans. We just want to be respected again. I was watching videos on TV today, and they're calling Buffalo Sabres a shit show, and they're calling us a joke of an organization. You guys, go out there and see. Channels bank on making fun of us to get subscribers and hits. They do. Now, if I wanted to be cruel, I could attack these franchises. I wouldn't do it though, really. What's it going to get us, you know? It's just not going to get us anywhere. We got to concentrate on getting out of this mess. They're right to a degree. They're acting like little kids, but they're right to a degree. To a degree, I'll say, you know? So I say embrace it, guys. Embrace the time we're in. Embrace this. Embrace this not as a problem that we have, Granado. Embrace it as an opportunity. Let's see what happens this season. Really. We can't be any worse. Kruger's gone. You know, we can't be any worse. I'm sure most of us agree there, right? Come on. Things can get better this year. And I'm hoping, even if it looks like I like the fact that, believe it or not, you got to look at me and say, Wayne, are you out of your mind? But I like the fact that we have a roster that people are looking at like, oh my God, this is awful what Buffalo have. I'm glad people see us that way. Good. Because we have nowhere to go but up now. We do the slightest improvement, everybody's going to have to say something nice. They're going to have to. They're going to have to acknowledge it. And I think a perfect ending for our season, no matter where it ends, how it ends, good, bad, well, it wouldn't be bad if it's going to end the way I'm saying. The way, and I'm going to end with this, where I would think a perfect season for Buffalo Sabres fans this year is at the end of this year, Don Granado wins the Jack Adams Trophy. If that can happen, we've had a fun season. On that note, folks, I'll see you in the next video. Have a great night.